Hi there, my name is Larry Parsons from Parsons Laser and Jack of All Trades YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to go over why I chose the xTool P2 and what the xTool P2 is. And then at the end of the video, we're going to do a little project to get started, showcase some of its abilities. A little bit of history. I originally am a professor at a local community colleges as well as a lecturer at the University of California, Riverside. I started a small business called Parsons Laser to do engravings and etchings and wood cutouts, supplement some family income. And as I was going through, I didn't really plan for the future, so I ended up buying just a 10-watt diode laser from a company called Snapmaker. And it could do what I needed it to do starting off, but I didn't plan for the future. And with the money that I spent on that machine, I would have much rather had a better, higher quality built machine than what I originally did. So that brings me to the xTool P2, as you see right here. The xTool P2 is a self-enclosed CO2 55-watt laser. So here's some of the reasons why I like my P2 by xTool. Not a lot of machines come with this aspect. It has two cameras, one in the laser apparatus itself and one at the top. The top camera will do an overlay of the entire bed so you can see exactly where your material is before you engrave or cut. No need to bust out rulers and measure and do things with coordinate system. Very user-friendly and beginner-friendly. The close-up camera, you can take a picture close-up of where you're about to engrave so you know exactly where the engraving is going to go, and I haven't been off yet on any of my engravings or cuts. Another aspect that I like is the ability to do curved objects as well as various thickness of objects. The laser apparatus here has a air assist system already built in, so no need to buy extra tools for air assist. And the laser apparatus has this Z-axis mechanism that will actually allow it to go up and down. So you can do curved objects like bowls, large objects like a ukulele, or smaller objects like a toothpick. And speaking of thicknesses, it has an auto measurement system that I have found to be less than a millimeter in accuracy. So whatever you put in, if it's 3mm acrylic, you'll get 3mm acrylic for your laser system. No needing to adjust focal length and height. Another aspect that I love about this machine is its modularity. You don't have to buy all the accessories right off the bat with the machine. Are you not going to do any rotary tool type items such as like cups or Yeti cups or Stanley cups or glasses? Then you don't need to buy the rotary tool accessory with it. But you have that option too, which is amazing. So there's a rotary tool option. There's an option where you could just remove these slats yourself, and you can do it right here on the base plate if there's more depth to your item. There's even a conveyor belt system that you can add to your P2 that allows you to do engravings on objects that are up to 10 feet in length in addition to your width of your bed here. And it does a pass-through conveyor system where it comes from one side and out the other. These are some of the many reasons why I love my xTool. One of the other amazing features that I love about my xTool P2 is the variety of materials it can do. An example of some of those materials is the metal, acrylic, wood, or leather. In addition to those materials, we can do slate coasters, which is nice. So I've done a couple business logos and I've sent them out to companies. We can do coaster or acrylic. So this is clear acrylic. My favorites are the clear or the blue acrylic. And some of my best sellers are these acrylic pieces here that light up and change colors. So you can do like a family portrait etched on here, or even a symbol like rock on, and it'll light up into various different colors. Here for our wood, I like doing these engraved quotes as well as handwritten messages that people will have me write. And the community is very vibrant for the xTool community. So these were made by Sam Craft, who also has a YouTube channel here. And he sells these engraving tests that you can do so you can gauge the speed as well as power that you might need for any type of material. And it also gives you this nice 3D effect with this CO2 laser. So if I come down and I look at it from the side, 10% at 400 millimeters a second will engrave the wood, but if I wanted to get a depth effect, I could go all the way down to the 175. We also run these tests on clear acrylic to know where we would want our acrylic engraved at, or like this blue acrylic showcasing the cut speeds and how well it cuts and how clean it cuts out. And here's some Baltic birch engraving tests. So all in all the materials that this machine can do are absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and start off by opening up the xTool software. This is their creative space software. We're going to open up an image. I've already pre-made this image for us to use in this. I'm going to scale it to the canvas, and I want to show you. They just came out with this new feature called Trace Image. So what it'll do is it'll trace out what it thinks is the important parts of this image, the xTool part, but it didn't give me an outline. So I'm going to hit cancel, come back through. I'm actually going to invert the image and then trace it. It'll come through and it'll do an outline around the X and the xTool as well as the outside. So I'm going to save and just showing you. See, I can drag that off the image and delete the image itself. I'm going to go to cut, and I already know I put in a 3mm acrylic in there, so I already have that setting saved. But if I didn't, they have a material repository already loaded, and there's a lot more in there. So instead of doing the thickness here, before I was talking about the camera capture and the auto measure. So I'm going to do the camera capture first. I'm going to go through and I want it to determine what is the depth of this item. So 3.4, less than a millimeter in the accuracy there. And just showing how you can do a close capture if you wanted to. It'll come across and it'll snap that close-up picture. I'm going to size this down. I'm going to drag it over and I'm going to place it right where I want to cut it. You don't have to do the close capture, I just did it just to show. And I can even delete the close view. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to start. And then once it loads up here, it's going to ask me to confirm. I'll hit start and it sends it to the machine. Let's go ahead and walk over there. I'd like to take this time to talk about some of the other features that the xTool P2 system delivers that I really appreciate over my other laser. So not only do I have this versatile machine that can do many materials, but for my shop, I continually produce these wooden Jeeps that I'm just constantly doing. And there's 3 Jeeps that I had for one order at a time. And originally those 3 Jeeps would take an ungodly amount of time. I did the same order. It's a continual order that happens every month. I did the same order again using this new machine. I saved 11 hours in cutting time just by switching machines. That's how much faster this machine is. So as we're looking at it now, this is a 3mm thick blue acrylic and it's already done. It went through the whole xTool word, the X, and now all it has to do is just the outline. So the speed is amazing. It has an automatic exhaust fan in the back, and it has an area where you could hook up either to an air filter as well as a disposal system, just having like an inline fan take it out as well. So as we go in and look at it, see how it just comes right out? In summary, there's a lot of things you could do with this xTool P2 machine. I just wanted to cover just some of the main aspects that I use and then some of the main materials like the acrylic, slate, and wood. And hopefully you'll see me in another video and I will go over more in depth how to use the xTool software as well as how to use the different materials and settings.